hair up in a pony. Cause my neck got hot. My neck got hot. And I am on my way to do an errand. And I have to do somebody else's hair today. It's a relative. And I don't know if she'll let me film it or take some pictures. But hopefully she will, so I can put it up on the channel. You know, the crochet is that's like the best thing since apple pie. I'm not kidding y'all. Because it's like, it's so easy. I mean, from start to finish. When I install, of course it's a little longer on my head. It takes me probably about 2 hours to do my hair. But when I'm doing someone else's head, if I have to braid it down, if it's not already braided down, if I braid it down, I'm looking at about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. If it's already braided down, I'm looking at anywhere from 45 minutes, about 45 minutes, seriously. It's just that fast and that easy to do. The styling part, the cutting, I like to have whoever I'm doing stand in the mirror and have a mirror in front of them, excuse me, so they can see the back of their head, and they tell me how they want to cut it, and I just cut it the way they want to cut it, to the length they want to cut it to. But like I always try to tell this person I'm getting ready to do their hair today, you would rather start with longer hair that you can cut it to the length you want than to start with really, really short hair. The shortest crochet that I personally would do on my hair now, after, you know, I've got some experience under my belt doing this. I've been doing crochet now for a couple of years. And the shortest that I would ever go is about 12 inches. Even though I might hack it up to about 9, I would start with 12. And the reason I say that is because you may want to have an updo. You know, you want to have enough hair to kind of have several different hairstyles. You don't want to have to be stuck with the same hairstyle day in and day out, day in and day out. That's boring. So you want to leave yourself enough hair to have, you know, several different looks. Especially, ooh, Lord, don't walk out here in the street. Especially if it's the holidays. So, you know, because you want to look different. You might want to, you know, spice it up a little bit. Wear it up, wear it down, wear it to the side, pin it back. I mean, but if you go into it with super short hair, you are limited. You have fewer options on the way you can wear your hair. And I have told this person this several times. I've also given my advice about hair type, hair texture, the right kind of hair texture to pick out. Because, you know, every brand is not created the same. Every brand of crochet hair is not created the same. Some of them are super cheap. They frizz up really bad. It's just like the quality is terrible. And it's a lady on YouTube. Man, her name is on the tip of my tongue. She has reviewed literally 100 different kinds of crochet hair. She does it for you. She does the review. She puts the hair, installs it herself, and does a review on each kind of hair. How durable it is, how frizzy it gets, just everything you want to know about any kind of crochet hair is on her channel, and I will link her in the description box, because I can't think of her name right now. She's a real pretty lady, but I can't think of her name right now, but I will link that in the description box, because I would highly recommend anybody who, you know, it's like a novice to this and you just started, you just getting your feet wet or whatever, go on there, look at her reviews before you decide to buy the hair. And I realize there are some people who don't like to go to a beauty supply store. They just don't. They don't like going in there. They don't like the hassle of picking out the hair and going up and down the rows and asking for help. And I realize that because it's overwhelming for me sometimes. The particular store that I like to go to, y'all, it's so much hair in that place. It's just overwhelming. It's just too much stuff. It's just too much stuff. And you kind of get like, whenever there's too many options, I don't know if y'all are like me, but I'm like this. Whenever it's too many options, I don't do well. Because it's overstimulation. I mean, I'm like that as far as, maybe that's an idea for a diet, y'all, because if I go to like a humongous buffet, like there's a buffet in South Carolina that has like 121 different things on the buffet, literally. When I see a lot of food like that, I can't eat as much. It's stupid. I know it sounds stupid, but I cannot eat as much. And I remember when I was a little girl, you know how when you go and you get all this food, you pile this food on your plate and you can't eat it all. And what did the old folks used to say? Your eyes are beating your stomach, or some little saying they used to have. If somebody remembers it, put it in the comments. But I'm like that. When it's too much of anything, it's just it's overstimulation. I just can't. It's not as good as if I had maybe 10 to choose from. If it's like 50 in front of me, I'm like, oh, well, maybe not 10 to choose from. Maybe 20 different kinds of crochet to choose from. And still, even thinking about that, that's kind of overwhelming, because you kind of have an idea after you've done crochet for so long. You kind of have an idea of the type of curl patterns that look good on you. Excuse me. And you kind of know what you're looking for. And if it's just too much, I don't do well. So anyway, I recommended that I'm talking about somebody now. They're gonna remain nameless, the person I'm talking about, but I do their hair very frequently. And I told this person the hair that they picked out, I was like, this is not good, this is not good, this is not good. It looks tangly, it looks like it would dread up, okay, because these ringlets are way too small. And I know they were trying to go for the natural look. Like, you know how when we wash our natural hair, if you have hair type that's maybe 3C on down to 4A, 4B, 4C, when you wash your hair, it's really small, kinky curls. You know what I'm saying? They're really small spirals. They're really small curls. And I think that's what she was trying to go for, is that more of a natural look. But I could look at that hair. I don't know. It's just the experience in me. I looked at their hair. I had never used it before, but I said, this ain't gonna be good. And I said that when I was at the beauty supply store with her, because I go with her because she cannot, well, she can pick it out, but she doesn't like to, because she's like me. It's just too much. It's too much. But when she picked this particular hair up and she likes a particular color, I said, this hair is not going to be something you will be happy with. A, it's too short. B, I can tell by the way this hair is looking right now. My camera just fell to the side. Straighten up. That this is not good hair. I could just look at it through the plastic and I can tell you through the clear plastic wrap. I said, this ain't gonna be good. So they didn't listen. Lady, please don't walk out here. People just not paying attention now, and they walking all out on me. But she didn't listen to me. A, it was too short. The length was too short. B, that texture was all jacked up. And I forget the brand name, and I should have remembered that brand, because I never want to buy that brand for myself. I want to always never buy that brand for myself. But I knew it was going to be a total disaster. I said it's going to be cute for a hot 2-3 days, and then it's going to be a hot mess. And yes, it was all the above. A hot mess. I saw her. She didn't look happy. There is no cutting out cobwebs with that hair. It's just that bad. That quality of that hair was the whole. There was no saving to it. There was no cutting out there was none of that. There was no refreshing to this hair. None. So, she didn't listen. And she wound up keeping it in there a hot 2 weeks. And then she ready to get it done again. 2.5 weeks. I think she got through about 2.5 weeks. And now she ready to, get it done again. And see, that's the thing. I like doing hair because the more I do it, the better I get. And this is not something I ever pictured myself doing. I mean, I had 2 daughters. And so with my oldest daughter, her hair is so similar to mine. It's just like identical to my hair. So I knew how to handle her hair. I knew it. And I got really, really good with it. Y'all, I'm going through the yellow lots. I had to do it. I got really good with it because I knew how to handle her hair. But early on, she had so much hair. My neighbor in the apartment complex I used to live in, she had beautiful, just really long, pretty hair. And it was relaxed. And she would take my oldest daughter when she was like, she was maybe 4 years old. She would take her to her house and she would wash her hair and she would braid it in these little bitty miniature braids all over her head. That way I didn't have to keep redoing her hair so often. We would keep it braided up like that, like once a month. We'd take it out like every 4 weeks, wash it, she would braid it back up again. So I never forget, it was picture day coming up at the daycare center. And she was one of the daycare teachers. And she lived in my neighborhood. And she and I were real tight. And I wish I knew where she was now because we lost contact when I moved. So many different things happened. But anyway, I wish I could find her. But it was picture day coming up at the daycare. And I remember she called me on the phone. She said, come down to my apartment. I want to show you something. So she used to live right down the hill from me. So I ran on down the hill and I opened her back door. And when you open her back door, you're right there in her kitchen. And my mouth just fell open. I could not believe it. It was my daughter was sitting there. She had taken her hair loose. She had washed it. She had blow dried it. And she straightened it. Like with a straightening comb. Because I don't think we had flat. I don't know if we had flat irons. If I remember seeing flat irons back then or not. Because see, my daughter now is 28. And she was about 4 then. Anyway, her hair was so long. I couldn't believe how long it was. Because when you keep it in the little braids, it shrink. Like she would take baths and all that stuff. And, she would have these little braids. And I didn't know it was that long. It was super duper long. So I remember when she took a picture, she pulled it all up in the ball. She had curls all up. It was so pretty. It was so pretty. And so after that, she kept braiding it, and then eventually my neighbor was like, I need to take her to my sister's shop because her sister worked at a kind of upscale salon. And she took her there and she said, we need to relax her hair. It's just getting to the point, it's out of control or whatever. And I agreed because I could not do it. I just didn't know I didn't know what to do. So she said it took her and her sister, 2 people, to relax my daughter's hair. And at that point, she was about 1st grade. She was either kindergarten or 1st grade when that happened. And her hair was so pretty. And she had to take a lot of it. She had to, take off a lot of her ends. Cut the ends off, give her a really fresh start, but it was still real long and pretty. And so I just maintained it. And what I would do is I would relax her hair every 3 months. I stretched it. And I would relax it. I would wash it in braids and rinse it in braids. And I found out how to do this off of a website. I don't even remember what the name of the website was back then, but wasn't no YouTube around then. So I remember I would wash her hair while it was in braids so it wouldn't tangle up real bad, and put conditioner on it in braids, rinse it in braids, and then detangle each braid so it didn't last all day. It wasn't an all day affair. From start to finish, washing and doing her hair was probably 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours. And I remember I conditioned it. I mean, I did the best I could on it, and it was so pretty because I stretched it every 12 weeks. So she had about 4 relaxers a year, and it just grew and grew and grew and grew. And I remember when she was in middle school, her hair was past bra strap length. It was super long and very thick and healthy. And I remember my brother, he was living in, my older brother, and we were at his house one Sunday, and he just went over and just touched her hair and just rubbed his hair. He said, "This is her real hair." I said, "Yeah. Did you not think it was her real hair?" He was like, "It just looks so like it's just so healthy. It's just so, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, it's all hers." And then, y'all, when she started middle school, let me see, was it middle school or high school? I think it was her first year of high school. She messed it up. She put some hair color in it that she got out the Dollar Tree. And she didn't ask me. She just did it. She was about 14 or 15 years old. Put some hair color in it from the Dollar Tree. And then she just tried to flat iron her hair every single day. We had flat irons, and she tried to flat iron her hair every single day. And y'all know what happened to it. It broke all off. So it was right to the top of her shoulders. And it was like that for about 2 years, 3 years, right to the top of her shoulders. Until eventually she started listening to me. She didn't want to let me resume doing her hair because, of course, she thought she was too big for me to be doing her hair. And YouTube came around too. Was YouTube back then? I know she was in high school. And she started learning how to care for her hair. But she didn't ever want to be natural. She was still relaxed. And then eventually, once she had her first child, she cut all her hair off to this much. She cut all her relaxer off, and she decided to go natural. And that girl's hair grew back. She got that fast growing hair like my grandma had. My mother's mother, you cut her hair off and it'll be back. Well, only one time I saw her without her hair cut off, and that's when she tried to get a relaxer and it didn't work out, and it broke off. And she was greasing her hair with this. I still remember, it was an Isoplus grease, and it used to have the color of it had a picture of a chicken and an egg on the front. Y'all, within a year, my grandma's hair was right back down. I said, she can grow some hair. But yeah, my daughter's hair grew so long and pretty. And since then, I bet you she has big chopped herself about 3 times. About 3 times. And it's right back long again. I mean, I guess that's why I had an attitude about hair. Like, whatever, it'll grow back. You know, as long as you take care of your hair, it will grow back. And I am at my destination. So I'm going to cut this one off. And I just ramble and ramble. People don't like to look at videos when I ramble. But whatever, that's what I like doing. But some people, I guess I shouldn't say people don't like it. Some people do. They like it when you ramble. I like listening to rambling videos, especially when I'm trying to clean up. I like listening to people ramble. I do. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Okay, here are snippets from the install. This is the braid down. Halfway through. And the end result.
I like that you can't see your face.
She was happy. Thanks for watching.